I never unfriended her, as I did so many other conservatives who I'd had arguments with. I didn't unfriend her, and she wrote to me privately, and she said, listen, I don't want you to like rip me a new one. I'm just asking, have you seen this? And she sent me a video, a YouTube video entitled, Debunking that Trump Mocked the Disabled Reporter. Now, I saw this video and I became instantly enraged just reading the title, because I thought, oh, here we go. More like right-wing propaganda, more brainwashing. And then I got almost exhilarated. I was like, I can't wait to watch this and tell her how stupid she is for falling for this propaganda. So I played the video, and it was about 6 or 7 minutes of footage of Donald Trump doing that exact same voice and that exact same gesture as he did that day when he mocked the reporter's disability. But the common thread in all of these different scenes throughout the years was that he was imitating someone who was caught in a lie, or imitating somebody who was groveling because they had done something shady. And I watched it, and Mark, I'm telling you, it was the strangest experience I've ever had in my life. I almost sort of dissociated for a moment, because there was this disconnect between my brain and my heart, because my brain was telling me, oh my God, I don't think that he mocked that reporter's disability. My heart was saying, but we hate him, but we hate him, but we hate him. And so I couldn't reconcile within myself what had happened. And so I shut my computer. I watched it 3 times and I couldn't figure it out. So I went to bed, woke up the next day, and I watched it again. And I thought, okay, he didn't mock that reporter's disability, but why did CNN tell me that he did? Because CNN has never lied to me before. So why did they start lying today? You know, I couldn't figure it out. So I started asking these questions and going to, I live in New York City now, so I started going to other liberals, friends, coworkers, saying, have you seen this? Have you seen this? And I was instantly met with this wall of hostility and contempt almost. People were, what are you doing? What are you doing? What, so you love Trump now? What are you doing? I said, I don't love Trump. I'm just trying to understand, this doesn't make any sense to me. They were very angry at me for even asking questions. Now, I thought this was strange, because I thought, here we are, we're upset all the time because he's been elected, we're crying, we're terrified. Here I am coming to you with this little piece of evidence that suggests maybe things aren't as bad as they seem, but you don't want to believe that maybe things aren't as bad. You want to be angry. I thought, this is very interesting. But the point is that it became very clear to me that I wasn't safe asking these questions, because people didn't want to have this conversation. So I started getting in bed every night after I was working and just watching videos on YouTube or reading stories, trying to understand, researching the media, taking moments out of context. And what I found was fascinating. I found videos of Black people showing up for Trump rallies to support him. And when they showed up, CNN would cut them out of the shots, so that it appeared that there were only white people there. I watched him calling all Mexicans rapists speech, and saw once again that they had taken that moment out of context, and that wasn't at all what he was saying. He didn't say anything negative about Mexicans in general. He was talking about some people being released from prison and coming over the border. And I started to see, my God.
And by the way, it reminds me of Charlottesville.
Mm-hmm.
And they continue to push this racism argument, that he was saying both sides have an argument, he was endorsing the Klan and the neo-Nazis. That's not what he did.
Not at all.
He was saying both sides are good people, pro or con those monuments.
Yes.
That there are arguments to be made, and you don't have to be a racist to say leave the monuments alone. A lot of people believe you shouldn't be book burning, you shouldn't be pulling down monuments and so forth. But even today, CNN and MSNBC try to create the notion that somehow he's a white supremacist.
Yes.
Anyway, you were saying.
Yeah, no, but that's a perfect example. And interestingly, with Charlottesville, I had already at that point had my eyes open. That actually happened after these events. So that was one of the first examples that I was experiencing in real time. Because now I was like, I see what they do. And it's the kind of thing, once you see it, you can never unsee it. Once you realize what they're doing, you see it every single time. So when Charlottesville happened, I already knew, and I was like, aha, they're doing it again. They're doing it again, because you're right. He certainly did not say, oh, the neo-Nazis and the KKK, great people. No. He was saying there were also historians mixed in with these people who were just simply protesting to preserve history.
Free speech people. Leave everything
Absolutely.
alone, and the warts and all, and let the American people sort it out.
Right.
Don't pull monuments down. Don't burn books. We're smart. We can figure these things out.
Yes.
And the stains are important to know about.
Yes.
No, there's a Confederate general who did this, 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 this.
Right.
And that's important to know, isn't it?
That's absolutely important to know.
When we come back.